All right, new patch is out. Big patch, probably the biggest one since release, or really the only one, major one. This came out with season 2. It is a small patches with that changes the overall gameplay of the game. I'll go through them one at a time, every single one of them, and I'll have them on screen as well. So from the first one, we have system optimization, matchmaking system, and some of these are actually very important to the game mechanics. Optimize the Stronova points algorithm for ranked matches. I don't know exactly what that means. That could mean anything. Optimizing could mean taking away a 1 point or adding a point. My guess is what this is if I were to guess from what I've experienced and I've complained about this, I think it is if you end up with a horrible team that is most definitely below your skill level and you're hardcore carrying and they're just literally like losing you the game, but you're like top carry and like your team is just throwing the game and you're doing really well, I think you'll be punished much less. I don't think they had this before. I might be wrong, but I think before when you lost, you just lost the same points as everyone. But right now, at least from what I experienced, I don't know if it was like this before, but I think that's what they're talking about here. If I ended up in a team where it seems like my whole squad is like newbies, and I get like 20 kills or something, and my team is like 0 or 0-1 kills or something, you won't be punished as much. I think I've gotten it as low as like -8 from losing a ranked match, which I think typically you can lose as much as like -26 or something. I think that's what they're talking about, because it does specifically say ranked. Switch dormitory scenery. I already went through this. I don't really have to show it. I think you know what I'm talking about. So what this is this part right here at the bottom right. You can just switch like the scenes you've unlocked. You can switch to whatever scene you want. Right. That's about it. Okay, let's go back in here. Profile reconstruction. Customize display module with the new profile customization feature. It just adds like the small extra customization to your profile thing. When you have like a picture, you can alter the picture. Skin showcase and battle data module are now fully customizable. You're gonna see that when you go into the profile and you change the picture and whatnot. New milestone quest. New navigators are invited to complete milestone quest and earn generous rewards. Navigators at level 5 or above will automatically complete all milestones quests. Navigators under level 5 will automatically complete some milestone quests on their current level. This is not really gameplay changes. Skin selection interface optimization. Add new animation for legendary skins. I'm guessing they mean probably the load screen is what I'm guessing here. So it looks different, I guess. So it doesn't look like the generic animation. Legendary skin effect now appears next to your avatar in the selected interface. I've seen that as well. When you join a lobby and someone picks a character like Ming, for example, and they have a legendary skin, it will pop up like a little icon. It will take up like a portion of the screen, and it will like basically shout them out for having a legendary skin. Match history UI optimization. The match history interface now displays changes in your challenge score. View changes in your challenge score via the match history page. I think I can skip this Union Interior Phase 2 Union System. I'll go through this. Get mail notification when appointed or removed as a deputy leader. Improve UI for union level rewards. Unlock new pattern and background as the union level up. I saw this yesterday. It's not really a big deal. It was like 2 different icons. I wish it was more like free customization where you could like, you know, like if you remember Black Ops 2, you could freely customize like your clan emblem or whatever it was. Something along that line would be better. Optimize leadership, auto transfer priority, deputy leader who have high merit and have been active recently. So if you don't know, when you have a union and you become inactive, I think you have to be inactive for like 6 weeks or something. Someone complained about this, but I mean, if you have a union and you're the leader and you haven't been active for 6 weeks, you know, if you're inactive for like a period of time, I don't know if it's 6 weeks, it might be shorter, it might be 4 weeks. It automatically, I don't think, it doesn't kick you out. I don't believe, it removes your ownership of the union and it gives it to someone else. But now you can actually make a priority and make an auto transfer. So it goes to like a person you trust or whatever. If no deputy leader or union member is active, union leadership will not be automatically transferred. Okay, I guess they stopped the automatic transfer. Okay, there you go. If you don't designate someone to be automatically transferred the leadership role, it won't do it this time. I guess they took people's complaint about that. Preview union chat and adjust display missions in settings. You know one thing I hate though, and I think this is really annoying. This applies for all chats. This doesn't apply to direct friend DMs, but it applies to union and it applies to world chat. I hate that it doesn't show past messages. Like if you're chatting with someone or whatever, like let's say you're like, you want to know what's happening in the union or whatever. If you're not just AFKing in the loading screen, you won't see the messages. So if you're typing yada 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 and you're like, oh, you know, BRB, I'm gonna join a match or whatever, and then after the match you want to know what people like wrote or typed, there's nothing there. Like you can't. It's all deleted, and it gets like deleted for you if you weren't, you know, AFK there to watch it happen in real life. That's stupid, especially union. Launch optimization, fix the blurry background. Now here comes the actual gameplay patches. I think I'll put like a timestamp if you want to skip to this thing. You have a play 10 ranked matches and reach Proton rank during the season to claim a bonus outfit at the end of the season, Yugiri Eternal Violet. So that's for the future. So all you have to do is play 10 ranked matches and you'll unlock a skin for Yugiri. Okay, 10, well, you have to reach Proton, but that's Ultra. Isn't that the lowest one? I don't know, I think so. Anyways, balance adjustments for all characters. Stringify this. Stringify damage reduction increase from 36% to 40%. So you actually take even less damage going in Stringify mode. It's not a crazy amount. But it's 4% of that's the amount. String energy network. That's basically just an upgrade thing. The Stringify movement speed 15% upgrade. No longer reduce Stringify damage reduction. So upgrading and choosing the speed here doesn't alter the damage you take, right? Whereas before, if you chose speed, it lowers your damage negation, I guess. And you can already see that it's 40 here. It was 36 before. And same thing goes with this one. This gives you 10 extra Stringify damage reduction damage, if that makes sense. And it also doesn't slow you down, right? So it will be the base speed. The stringify damage reduction 25%. Upgrade no longer reduces stringify movement speed. Flavia, which I'm playing right now, has some changes to her skills. Active skill, Phantom Mirage. After Flavia transforms, she can only revert to her original form once Phantom Orb has been fully generated. Hold on. So I believe when they're saying this, I believe they're talking about when you go in your queue, you can actually cancel your queue early to fight the enemy. I believe that what they're talking about is... okay, that's not the one. Hold on. Boom.
Fire in the hole.
Oops.
The butterfly would like to play a game with you.
Am I stupid or something?
Grenade.
This. They're basically talking about this. Right. So when the thing forms, you can't cancel until it's fully formed. But I don't really understand what the big deal of or change that is. Because it's still immediate anyways. Like you can cancel it anyways. So I'm not too sure what that means specifically. Yeah, once the Phantom Orb has been fully generated. I don't know what that means. I think maybe it's more for like accidental skips. So you don't do... I don't know, that felt pretty instant to me. It was instant. Awakening 2, which is this one. That one has a big change to it, which makes it actually viable because it was kind of dog shit before. And it makes it so there's no delay. So before there used to be a delay, you casted it similar to this. You know, it took some time. But now it's instant. So you can go in like to a fight, right? And then immediately use your Q. So that actually makes it viable because it was pretty horrible before. We have Kanami. Kanami has some changes. Active skill Echo Chamber cooldown has been reduced from 30 to 35. That's her Q. So 5-second cooldown. Deduction radius has been increased from 30 meters. Boom. 30 meters to 35. Which is insane, actually. So that means... It was 30 before, so that means if I put this here,
Don't let me find you.
it will reach all the way and almost all the way there. Is this accurate?
Sing a song
I don't know.
that rises with
It sounds
the
weird.
wind.
Active skill, Echo Chamber, now detects all unobstructed enemies, not just those 180 in front, meaning that it can also...
Don't let me find you.
detect people behind the barriers as well. You see that? So it's supposed to be a 360 circle, which is a big improvement. Which was kind of the thing that made it not great before that.
Don't let me find you.
I'm trying to see exactly how it works here. Because it doesn't seem... Okay, it doesn't work behind targets, but it says that it's supposed to be more than 180 degrees, but it's just not obstructed. I'm not exactly sure how you would be able to put it any other way to have it be any more than 180 degrees, because if you put it like on the ground,
Don't let me find you.
that would technically still be 180 degrees, because the floor, you won't see anyone under the floor anyways, even if it's like a 2-story one. Because there would be, you know, a wall or a floor in between. The ultimate has changed as well. Showtime. Besides the original effect, crosshair blur now causes dead target weapon spread in shoulder fire mode to be the same as hip fire. So this is actually insane, insanely big. So that makes it that if you are in her ult, whether you aim like this or not, it will count as if you're basically free firing like this, right? Which will really fuck up your aim. Now, they didn't mention if this has any effect on just simply countering this by aiming, but I guess the point there is it doesn't really matter because your sight will be completely screwed up by her ult anyways, so it will be like, you know, blurry and stuff. And yeah, so yeah, you can aim to try to counter it, but it wouldn't really do much because it's also, you know, badly it has badly vision. String energy network, active skill, echo chamber, the duration, which is her Q, not Flavia, the Kanami's, her Q. The duration is +2, upgraded of Kanami's active skill has been replaced with dish HP. So as you see here, node HP 50%, before it was 2% longer, so the Q would last 2% longer, but now they changed it and now it is instead 50% more HP, so it's harder for the enemies to actually shoot it down. Now, one of the biggest changes, and a very weird one, Celestia has gotten her 3 bursts removed, kind of, not really though. It's kind of weird, and I don't know exactly what they did with this. It's really weird. So the patch says Celestia weapon Polaris, which is the name of the weapon, can switch between auto and 3 burst mode using the back tick key. Now this is so weird, okay? And you're gonna have to actually change your key bindings. So I have, oh yeah, I'll just explain. They removed the 3 burst and they replaced it with effective range. And it only matters on 30 meters, right? They changed the effective range instead and removed the 3 bursts. But now you can choose to do the 3 bursts whenever you want. The weird thing about this is I was struggling because I was trying to find what the key is. It says back tick. Now, the weird part about this is the actual button is this for me. It's this one, that one, left of the one, right? It's that one, right? Look at how weird that looks. This is a Swedish keyboard, by the way. It's that one, right? But the thing is, it doesn't work when I press it anyways. So it doesn't work when you press it. I can press it now. It doesn't work. So what I have to do is I have to go in here, Windows, switch my keyboard language to English, and then it works. It's like very weird. Now it works. Now it's on 3 bursts, right? And you can freely change this whenever, right? And the way you know it's working, unless you want to just fire it, is you can see on the bottom right, you see the little picture. It does like the flashing thing. They should just put a key cap there to tell you which key it actually is. That's a weird choice of key to push. Also a stupid thing, it doesn't actually tell you an indication if you're on 3 bursts or not, which is really stupid. So if you're not, like, if you're actively switching in between, you're like, oh, am I on 3 bursts or no right now? Oh, it doesn't tell you. So you have to, in battle, you might be in battle and you might be like, I want to know if I'm on 3 bursts or auto. You can't. You have to actually shoot, which is kind of stupid. Okay, anyways, you probably don't want that keyboard, and if you have a keyboard in a different language, you might not even be able to find this keyboard. The back tick, so what you do is you go in here, controls, interface, nope. Was it combat? Yeah, combat, you go in combat, and then it's here, switch mode. It's Celestia only, so far. This one, and then you can freely switch it to whatever you want. That's a very important update now. Active skill, Guardian Star. Cooldown has been reduced from 35 to 25 seconds, which is insane, and it makes her so much more OP now. So, they also changed this, now it's 8 seconds instead of 10. So, you know how the cooldown when you use the Q is very long? Right? 25 seconds, right? But before it was 35 seconds. That's like a 30% decrease. Plus you can do the, 8 seconds even shorter. Temporary armor has been increased as well from 15 to 20. So it gives 20 instead of 15. Yada yada yada. Upgrade has been changed to 3 burst. Guardian Star has been changed from negative 10 seconds to negative 8 seconds. Starlight duration has been reduced from 10 seconds to 6.5. That is this one that blinds the enemies. So basically, before you had 10 seconds to have your shield cracked and blind the enemy. Now it's 6.5. So now you really have to be like very strategical and be like, okay, now we're gonna hardcore push, and then you use it to hopefully blind the enemy. You can't use it, well before a battle, because by that time the effect of blinding enemies will expire. Astral armor has been increased from 15 to 20. That is the extra bonus armor. Also got the Baimon.
I'll always be here. Please accept.
Wait for my good news.
He's also been changed a lot, for better or worse. It's hard to tell. I don't really play him. Weapon spread has increased by 5%, so more spread. Base magazine capacity reduced from 10 to 9. Primary weapon, Freedom Rain, rate of fire, which is the shotgun, has been increased from 190 to 220, which is a good, solid 7% increase. 12%, something. Base damage adjustment as follows, and you can see that on screen. Headshots, negative 2 damage, so it went from, I don't know if I can just check that. It went from 10 damage to 8 on when it's 10 meters headshot. So yeah, the damage is lower, the rate of fire is higher. So it's kind of like plus minus 0, I guess. Skill, Blitz Waltz now has new feature. I'm gonna skip this. Like, you can read this on screen. This is like minute changes. I don't really care much about it. We have the patch for Rykard, right? I'm gonna skip that as well. I'm gonna have it on screen. You can pause it and read it. I don't really care much about it. I don't really play him. Changes to his wall hacking ability. Lawline. Oh, this one is big. This one is big, so I'm still gonna say this. Lawline's ult has changed in an insane way. So Lawline, ultimate skill, Stealth Master now reveal enemy to Lawline when they pass through magnet field. So when you use your ult, and you can use this now strategically, and it can still be useful and not completely useless unless you're in it. So now you don't even have to be in it for it to be useful, right? You can also use it just like this strategically to see if people are flanking or whatever, right? Typically you would use the ult and you would kind of feel like sunken cost fallacy, like, oh, if I'm not using it actively and being in it and waiting for an enemy, then I just wasted my ult, right? But no longer. Now you can still feel like it's useful by using that feature, which is new. So if they go through the ult, you'll be able to see them through the wall for a few seconds. Aika has also been changed.
No problem. Let's go. I will protect
her shotgun. Her shotgun now does more damage. The ammo capacity has changed from 9 to 8, so 1 less ammo. But the overall damage is more. Unlike Baimon, I think Aika mostly rely on a lot of bullets, and Baimon relies on high damage, less bullets. She has 8 pellets. Let me see how many he has.
Wait for my good news.
Oh, never mind. I guess I'm completely wrong. He has 12 pellets. Aika has 8. Damn, that's so weird. He has 12 pellets shooting at the same time. 12. 7 damage body shot. Okay.
I will protect you.
Aika
whenever you-
also 7 damage body shot. She only has 8 pellets. Damn. I never played Baimon, but I do play Aika. Yeah, that's kind of weird. She also has changes to the string energy network. The single shot mode has been removed. I don't know if you know this. When you played Aika, you could play sniper Aika, which I guess they removed. I'm not too sure why. Honestly, I think they removed it because people didn't like it, not because it was OP, but because no one used it. Like, it was just a useless thing, because her whole kit relies on being like in the action, in close range and whatnot, especially her Q. The single shot mode upgrade has been replaced by base rate fire, so they replaced it with this one, increase fire rate, so it goes from 350 to 380. The upgrade increase bullet now adds 2 bullets instead of 3, so this adds 2 bullets instead of 3. I think the difference is no, it's still occurring. I think this is kind of useless, the extra 2 bullets, even more useless than before. Before I thought it was useless as well, but if you choose increased bullets, it also lowers all your damage by 1 score. So yeah, you get 2 extra pellets, but it also lowers all your damage. So I don't know, rate of fire is probably the one I've gone with. Nobunaga, I'll skip that as well. I'll put it on screen. You can freeze it. Yvette one has also changed pretty drastically. So Yvette's passive skill camouflage discoverable distance reduced from 20 meters to 16. I'll skip that as well because I don't play Yvette at all.
I am the flame that lights up the heart of Trek.
For the people that play her more, you'll have a more better understanding reading this than me explaining it. But yeah, that's about it. There's a few important changes there, right? Main one is Yvette is way more OP now, like crazy. She's a insane support now, and she was already pretty damn OP and like a pretty vital part of like a good, good team. Like you don't have to have her, but she's pretty damn good, and her weapon is insane. But yeah, that's about it. I just wanted to go through this, and yeah, if you're more curious about it, I'll link the full patch note in the description. Yeah, that's about it. I guess the biggest deal, I think for me, is Lawline. Her ult makes me want to play her a little bit more. Flavia makes me want to try out Awakening 2 now, because it doesn't have a delay. The biggest deal for every player is the stringified damage reduction goes from 36% to 40%. That's all across the board, even if you don't care about the individual changes to the characters, and also the changes that whether you upgrade speed or more damage reduction, it doesn't ruin your speed, and it doesn't lower your damage reduction. But yeah, okay, that's about it.